Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, everybody. We're going to be on in just a moment, but before we get going, I do need some feedback. Let me know how everything sounds. How does it sound in the microphone? I had to reset up everything because I moved, and I got a whole bunch of updates for you. But please let me know how everything sounds. If you can hear me and I sound good, go ahead and put an emoji of a bucket in the chat. And yeah, let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet as well as my voice. It looks like maybe my voice is a little quiet. I don't know. Let me know. We'll be on in just a moment. I need to go grab some darning needles and some safety eyes that are a little bit bigger. So I'll be right back. All right, someone said my voice was too quiet, so I turned myself up a little bit. How does that sound? How does that sound, 3Artiv? Let me know. What are we giving away today? That's right, we do have a giveaway going on today, and we're giving away a $10 gift card to the shop. All you need to do to enter to win is go to clubcrochet.com/live. There's a link at the top of the chat in the top of the description. We'll be choosing a winner by the end of today's live stream. All right, I think I've got everything, but you know, famous last words. Let's get rocking and rolling. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi, how are you? Hello, welcome to the live stream. It's been a second. Uh-oh. Hold on, my camera's doing a weird wonky thing because I forgot to turn off something. Hold on. Standard. Zoom out. Wow. There we go. Okay, I think that fixed it. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Today, well, first off, it has been a second. I'm so sorry for going MIA. I have a lot going on. August was a very long and very warm month for me. But I'm very, very excited to be back and back in action. I've been working on a whole bunch of stuff that I'm excited to share with you. But today, we're going to be crocheting. If you want to crochet along with us, we're going to be crocheting a sandcastle. This pattern is legit. This has been on the site for quite a while now. It's actually originally designed by another artist that goes by Ravencraft Designs. However, they stopped designing Amigurumi years ago, unfortunately. So this is one of her last patterns that she ever designed. It's very, very cool though. We're going to be making a sandcastle today. Today, I believe we're going to be trying to make it with only 2 of these spires instead of all 4 because you can customize it a lot. So we're only going to make it with 2 of these spires so that we have extra yarn left over for a project for next week, because we are working out of our Amigurumi kit right now, and this yarn is just enough to make a perfect sandcastle. However, if I want to have a little bit of extra yarn left over for some other patterns, then I might want it a little smaller. So we're going to make it just slightly smaller today. We are going to try to customize it a little bit based on the chat's requests. I have a lot to talk about today during the stream. I missed you too, bud. I missed you guys a bunch. Hello, chat. So yeah, I do want to customize it, and at the very minimum, I want to add a face to this. I also think it'd be fun to add some other customizations and stuff, but it also might be fun to make a very, not basic, but the actual pattern itself instead of totally going off the rails like we normally do. But we'll see how it goes. You know how I work. All right, if you want to crochet along with me, here's what you need. I'm going to be using all worsted weight yarn and 100% cotton. We're going to be using our Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton that is available now in the shop. You can find it right up here. clubcrochet.com/sandy is where you can find it. There's also a link in the description down below. If you go to the webpage that I built yesterday, I really like it a lot. I think it's really cool. It's at clubcrochet.com/livestream. You'll find everything that you need to know, including the giveaway for today's live stream, which we'll talk about in just a second. So that's the yarn we're going to be using. We'll also need a crochet hook, of course. We're going to be using a size G 4mm crochet hook. It's just my favorite size hook to use with the yarn we're going to be using. You need a darning needle to sew in hard to reach stitches. This pattern actually doesn't have too much sewing, but you will need to sew a few pieces together. So it's nice to have a darning needle for that. And then a pair of scissors for cutting stuff. You also might want some safety eyes for adding eyes, and some black yarn for adding a smile or a face, all of which are available in the new Amigurumi kit. The last thing you're going to need is the pattern. Today's pattern is findable at clubcrochet.com/castle, or easier, clubcrochet.com/sandy or clubcrochet.com/livestream, all of which I put links for this pattern to get there. So that is going to be all the things that you're going to need to find this pattern. I believe that's everything I wanted to talk about for the pattern today. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little tiny bit. If you like what is going on here and you think that it is just awesome and you think, man, I would love to support this channel. Wow! You thought of that all on your own? Aren't you just the sweetest? You're just amazing, thank you. If you like this channel and you think it's really cool and you want to help support it, there's a few ways you can do so. The first is just to like this video down below. Hit the little like button at the bottom of this video. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when we come out with new videos like this. If you hit the little bell icon, you'll get notified when we come out with videos like live streams. You can also support with memberships. Memberships are probably the best way to support. That's monetarily, that is. And actually, it is the best time ever to sign up for a membership because we are about to change our whole membership system. And if you have a membership prior to the system change, you get an upgrade to your membership. I'll never change the cost of your membership. And yeah, it is the absolute best time. And I am not exaggerating. All of Club Crochet's time, now is the best time ever to get a membership. You get access to all of the patterns on the website. You get early access to future patterns. You get discounts in the shop, a whole bunch of stuff. You can start it at only $5 a month. You can even get a free trial, see if it's something you're interested in, and cancel it if you don't like what's happening there. We do new patterns. I add new patterns to the library every few weeks. It's been a little bit because I had a long month, but the next new pattern is coming early access for members on Monday. However, I'm also looking for feedback for this pattern. So if you want to try out the new hermit crab pattern, pop, I'm recording it this weekend. So I need feedback on the PDF, which means that everybody that is watching this and enters the giveaway will get a chance to test this pattern out early, like super early. And then, so that's only for today, only by the end of this live stream. All you need to do to sign up to get the test link for this is go to clubcrochet.com/livestream and enter the giveaway. We'll talk more about the giveaway in just a second as well. But I'm looking for feedback for that. After that, on Monday, this will be available for Club Crochet members. So it's going to be early access for Club Crochet members. So I highly suggest you consider becoming a Club Crochet member. Again, if you want to support this channel, it's a great way to support. Other ways to support this channel, we have merch and kits in the store. Like I was saying, we're working out of our Amigurumi kit. This is our giant new seasonal kit where you get all the materials to make everything that we're making this season. We've been making a whole bunch of different patterns, from seagulls to seals to beach balls. We're making a whole bunch of sandy themed patterns like our hermit crabs there. And then the last way to help support this channel is, oh yes, of course, with a tip. If you really like what's happening here and you think it's really cool, you can tip me personally. You can do that by going to clubcrochet.com/tip, or in the chat at the bottom of the chat here, there's going to be a little dollar icon. If you tip today, I'm going to put something out on screen for you, and it'll stay on screen throughout the live stream. So that way you'll get a little guy on screen and we'll say thank you, and I'll give you the opportunity to even name it if you'd like to. And I can show you a few little sneak peeks. Speaking of sneak peeks, let's take these fellas off here until or unless someone does choose to support and would like one of those guys out there. I do have some other fun ones to show off though too. Okay. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about for this intro. Again, the pattern is available at clubcrochet.com/castle. Now, the last thing well, I need to talk about the giveaway, but we can talk about that while I'm crocheting. I do want to say, though, hi to the chat. Hello, everybody that is watching live. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. If you're not watching this live, or if you are watching this live and later you want to watch it in the horizontal version, I am recording it currently horizontally as well to upload onto the channel afterwards. It's something I'm going to try out on the channel going forward. But I just want everybody that's live watching to know thank you so much for joining. I know it's been a second, so I really appreciate you hopping in and joining this live stream. If you want to chat, go ahead and throw something in the chat, and I am going to be reading it and hanging out with you during today's live stream. Speaking of, hello Coop, hello Zoe. Shout out to our moderators, Cooper and Zoe. They are helping make sure everything is safe and cozy in the chat as well. And yeah. Hi Tina, hi Ocean, hi 3Artiv, hi Debbie, hello chat in general. All right, I think that is good, right? I think we've rocked and rolled there. Let's get started on today's pattern by crocheting a little castle. We'll throw this one to the side. We're going to be making just basically half a castle today. Not half a castle, but we're just going to make a smaller castle. And then if I have enough time in today's stream, I also want to try to make a... Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me put that back on. I forgot to do the... I forgot this part. Oh, you know how Club Crochet yarn sounds when you take off a wrapper. New yarn, new me. Let's get hooking. Throw the yarn on the ground the way it's supposed to be. Hi, everybody in the chat. Oh, I missed you too. I missed you too. 3Artif says they prefer the horizontal videos. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to start getting it so that it casts both horizontally and vertically, and try to encourage people to move on to the vertical or the horizontal one eventually. But, you know, I don't want to mess with the YouTube algorithm, to be completely honest. And the algorithm currently really likes vertical live streams, like too much, to be honest. My goal in the long run is to get onto Twitch, and so my plan is to be casting to Twitch horizontally. Sorry, I can count while I talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I can. Chili Dogs, first time here. Hello, welcome, Chili Dog. Yeah, my plan is to cast to Twitch horizontally and YouTube vertically, and then when the stream is over, I will take the horizontal video and put it onto YouTube as well. That's my plan in the long term, but you know, I've got so much stuff going on that it's just another to-do on the list. Another to-do on the list, and I just need to make that to-do more of a priority. That's the dealio. That's the dealio. But hello, Chili Dog. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your first live stream. It has been quite a second since we've done live streams, so it feels like my first one, too. It definitely is my first one in my new place, because I have had quite a trek the past month. Essentially, oopsies, I totally forgot to slip stitch at the beginning of that round. Let me do this round again. Essentially, I moved. We didn't move too far. We just moved near where we now moved to Southern California. We're in Northridge now. And yeah, we wanted to be a little closer to the city. Before, we were living in Ventura County, which is a little bit north of Southern California. I mean, it's still in Southern California, but it's a little north of LA. And so we moved a little closer to the city because we have a lot of friends out here and a lot of things that we've been driving for. And there's quite a lot of driving in LA, especially if you're just outside of it. So we wanted to be a little bit closer. But in doing so, obviously, that means a whole mix-up. I don't move often at all. I've only moved like a few times in my life. So it is quite a harrowing journey when I do move. And this time, because I'm super duper smart and not at all a goofball, I decided that we would move over a series of a week many times because we're not that far away. So I was like, we don't need to get a moving truck. We'll just use my dad's truck and move one piece at a time. It also happened to be the hottest weekend ever, and we moved to a place that is significantly hotter than where we used to live. So it was a very toasty move, like very, very toasty and very long and exhausting. I'm glad it's over. Let's just say that. I'm glad we moved, obviously, but gosh, it sucks to move. I really hate moving. Yes, it's really annoying. Kaylin totally gets it. Very annoying to move, but I'm super glad that we are moved. And I'm excited. I get a new opportunity. It kind of feels like a reset, you know what I mean? Like, I get to put together my live stream setup in my studio. As you can tell, I don't have my green screen stuff up. I'm going to get a new green screen that, like, comes up. I think it'd be a little bit cleaner that way, or I could do one that like I can pull around or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all the streaming part of it, but I will say the setup is a lot nicer now, and everything is a lot more tidy. You know, like, I mean, things are like kind of everywhere, and you'll see in this live stream, if you guys ask me to use a specific kind of yarn right now, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll try to find it. But I have my yarn is just everywhere and kind of like in a bunch of different boxes, so I need to like find stuff still and organize. But it's nice because I live a very chaotic lifestyle as a creative. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat feel similarly. As a creative, I'm a little chaotic in my brain. So my office gets a little chaotic as well. And over a series of 3 years or so, it takes a lot to... It got really chaotic. So it's going to be nice to kind of start to try to control that chaos a little bit more. These scissors are super cool, aren't they? Thank you, Ocean. I love these scissors. These are in our dinosaur crochet kit, which, look at this, it's right behind me. Look at that. Dinosaur crochet kit. So it's actually in these kits. Comes with the kit. And see these little things? These are for... Wait, check this out. I'm going to give you a preview of something. Check out these cute little thingamabobs. Wait, this one's best. Look at that. This is a thing coming out soon. I made this cute little logo for something that we're doing on the website that is a secret right now, but it will not be a secret very, very soon. We've been working on it for literally years. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, and I get to put up this right here. Look at how pretty that'll be. Okay, anyhow, sorry. I'm getting distracted. As I do. I'm getting distracted. How about you? Lainey! Hi. I know your name isn't Lainey. I don't think your name is Lainey. I think that's your mom's name. But hello. Welcome to the chat. Fizzle Sweets. Your yarn is everywhere on your bed. Brian says cheese. I don't know why, but I'm cool with it. Yes, we got a whole bunch of secrets and little things coming out very soon. I'm very excited to share it with you guys. There we go. Da, 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 da. Music's nice. Okay, there we go. Yeah, what else? Okay, so where else have I been? Okay, so sure, I moved. Before I moved, I went on a family trip to Canada. I think I did a live stream between then and the move, but just a little update for those who weren't around for that live stream. I went to Canada with my wife and her family. They have a big house in Canada where we go to pretty rarely, but every now and then. And it's like been passed down for it, like her great grandma built it, and so it's been passed down, and now like there's so many relatives that can use it. It's really cool, very fun, very family. You know, it's like a big, it's like kind of feels like you're going like to a fancy cabin with a bunch of people. It was great. Super great vacation. All the way to Canada though, and it actually took just as long to go there as it did for my second trip. So we got back from Canada, then I moved for a week. We were in Nova Scotia, Kaylin. Yeah, we were in Nova Scotia. I've been to Canada a few times, and I love Canada. Big Canada fan over here. I really like Vancouver. I've been to Vancouver 3 or 4 times, I think. I love Vancouver. Even when it's cold, Vancouver's awesome. I really want to see Toronto. I've never been to Toronto, and I've always wanted to. We had a layover there, but I don't think that really counts. So I'd really like to see Toronto soon. Shout out to all the Canadians in the chat. I know there's a decent amount of them. So if you are in the chat, say hi. Ontario. Very cool. I would love to see Ontario as well. Yeah, I would like to just do a whole Canada trip in general, going all over the place. But yeah, so we went to Canada. That was really fun. We came back. We moved. That was less fun. And then after that, I went on another trip. I had a trip planned for like a year. My brother graduated. Oh, Tina, thank you so much. Let me get this. I'll get back to that story in a second. Tina, thank you so much for your support. I super duper appreciate it. Hope you are having a great day. Let's add something to the background for Tina. Now, Tina, because you are the queen of goblins, I feel like a goblin is only fair to throw in the background. But do you have a request? Because I can do something other than a goblin. Actually, I don't even know where my goblins are right now. Uh-oh, where are all my goblins? Oh, they're hidden down here. They're kind of hard to get to right now. Hold on, I can get them. I know you are the queen of goblins, though. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, Tina. These are like crazy difficult to get to right now. All I got is big ones. I'll tell you what, Tina, I'll do you something different. It is Jack Gurgle Food. Jack is... Where is Jack? Where did Jack go? He's somewhere in here. You know what? I think he's hidden in the closet right now. But you know what? I'll give you something better, Tina. I'll give you a preview of a new Amigurumi I was working on. Coming out soon. You saw the hermit crab, but I thought, you know what? Hermit crab's fun and all. But what about a real, regular crab? So this is another Amigurumi that I need to work on. It's so cute, though. Isn't it crazy cute? Oh my god, I love this pattern. I think it's so cool. Super mini. It's only about 40-something stitches. Really, really quick to make. I will be working on it ASAP to get out. I do need to like test it out a whole bunch more because this is the only one I've made. So I'm going to make a lot more of these. But Tina, thank you for your support. We're going to add this right here to the background for you during today's stream. If you would like to name this little cutie patootie, let us know in the chat. All right, let's get back to crocheting, and I'll tell you about my next part of the story. So I finished moving. That was quite a lot. And then for my brother graduating college, he wanted to do a trip. My mom told him, oh, I'll take you on a trip after you graduate college. And he said, okay, well, I want to go to Japan. And my mom was like, okay, well, I don't know anything about Japan, but your brother's been to Japan twice. So, and he knows some Japanese, so maybe he could go with you instead. And I was like, I can't really afford to go to Japan. I just bought a house. But my mom was like, oh, well, here is the plane ticket. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to Japan. So I went to Japan. This was actually planned way before our move also. So I was very excited though. So we went to Japan. My brother is a big Disney fan. And so it was very Disney focused Japan trip. But it was very fun. Yatta. It was great. Let me tell you all about it. So we started the trip in Tokyo. I had planned this whole trip. Like I said, I went to Japan twice. Make it a king crab. Oh my god, I love that idea. I love that idea, Kaylin. That'd be really fun. Especially my goal, like this is just a little info for the people in the stream that are like super fans. I am planning on doing a big crab too, so that definitely is. A king crab would be a great addition. And our kit even has yellow for the crown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. We have one of these little towers almost done. We need to make 2 of these. Put that on my shoulder for a second. And I believe, yes, we need to stuff this up a little bit. Yeah, so we went to Japan. It was cool. We went to Disney. We did Disney Sea first. Now, my brother's a big Disney fanatic. He used to be a cast member. So as he likes to say, he's a little biased. But yes, he really likes Disney. So we started by going to Disney Sea, which is Japan's like exclusive Disneyland. And it was great. It was very, very cool. There were a whole bunch of rides that we had never seen before. In fact, I think almost every ride that we went on there was unique. And that we hadn't seen before. And especially being from Southern California, you know, we've seen a lot of Disney here. My brother used to work in Orlando Disney, so he's seen all the Disney stuff there. So it was fun to see some new Disney things for him. I like Disney, but I'm not like an ultra Disney fan. Yes, I will look for Jack Gurgle to make sure that the tip has got to Jack in just a moment, Tina. Thank you, though. Oh my gosh, King Crab and his crabby subjects. I love this idea, Kaylin. All right, so we did Disney Sea. Disney Sea was very cool. I will say, Japan right now. Everybody was like, "Oh, Japan's gonna be hot," guys. I cannot stress to you enough how hot Japan was. Oh my God, guys, it was like over 100 degrees all the time. And you'd think, okay, well, at least the sun's gonna go down and it won't be 100 degrees at night. Nope, it was 100 degrees all the time, like all the time, dudes. It was so hot. I could not believe how warm it is. So we spent a lot of time indoors. I've never been so crazy hot in my life. It was wild. And Disney especially, waiting in line in 100 and something degree heat, not as fun. It makes it more difficult. But we did have a great time. And then we went to... Hold on, I gotta read this pattern here. Make a slip knot. I don't think we even need a slip knot. We're just gonna do a loop. This. We're gonna pull it through like that. And then we're gonna create a chain over it like this. And then we're going to... We want to start in this stitch. 1, slip, 1, 2, 1. Chain 1. Okay, no, I think it's supposed to be in the same stitch like this. It's been a second. I'm figuring this out with you to make these castle edges. If anybody wants tips, let me know. And we slip stitch 1 into the same stitch. I see, like that. Aha, and then we slip stitch 2. I remember this now. Okay, so for the castle we make a little slip knot like that. We chain 1 and then we half double crochet into there. And then we slip stitch 2. And we chain 1. And then we half double crochet 1 here, chain 1 and slip stitch 1 all in the same, and then we slip stitch 2. This would be a really good pattern for a, what is that, a rook? Is that what that's called in chess? I believe it's called a rook. 1, 2, 3 would be there. Okay, I actually think I was supposed to half double in the next one, in the start. So let me do this again. Alright. So we chain 1 after making a slip knot and pulling it through. And then we're going to start in the next stitch over this repeat. We're going to half double crochet 1. And then we'll chain 1 and slip stitch into the same stitch. I'm going to leave this tail end back here. And then we're going to slip stitch 2. 1 and 2 like that. Pretty good. Okay, and then we just keep doing that around. Chain 1, half double crochet 1 in the next, and chain 1 and slip stitch in the same. Perfect. Yes, okay, where was I? Oh, let's talk about the giveaway for just a second before I get back to my story. So yes, we're giving away a $10 gift card to the Club Crochet store right now to say thank you for getting enough likes on our last live stream. We're going to try to unlock another giveaway today if we can get this video to 125 likes. I don't know if it'll happen, but hey, if you want to try to make it happen, just like this video down below. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but we're giving away a $10 gift card. All you need to do to enter that giveaway is click the link in the top of the description or by going to clubcrochet.com/livestream. And we are going to be announcing the winner of our giveaway by the end of today's live stream. In addition to that giveaway, by going to that link, you also will get the chance to test out a new pattern that is coming next week. I'm looking for people to crochet some of them and give me a little bit of feedback, and just so I can see some other people's hermit crabs as well, because we're going to be releasing the hermit crabs soon, and I could use some thoughts. So I just figured we'd bundle both things together and yeah, just try doing both at once. All right, so we've got our first small castle made. We're going to go ahead and throw this down here as well. We're going to use these two tail ends to sew our piece together later on. Or just, you know, attach it to the main part of the castle so that way nothing like gets undone. But check it out. There is our small, I call this the skinny tower. So we're going to make a few of these skinny towers. We need 2 of them. Actually, did I not make it tall enough? Let me see. 6. I think I made it tall enough. I'm pretty sure it's tall enough. It feels small though. Oh, it's because the edging at the very bottom. I forgot about that. Okay. We'll throw this to the side and we'll come back to it in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get started on another one of those. Fizzle Sweets is crocheting a unicorn hand puppet. That sounds awesome. That sounds so cool. I very much want to see what that looks like. If you want to share a picture with us, you can post it onto clubcrochet.com/discord. So you can go into the Discord channel that we have. By the way, we have a Discord channel if anybody wants to join it. I need this to focus on my hands, but it seems like it's out of focus. Let's see if I can fix that. Focus, focus, focus. How do I fix the focus? I don't know how to fix the focus. Image? Autofocus. There we go. Let's turn off the auto. That looks... we can turn back on the auto. I just want to keep it up close, please. Thank you. Thank you, computer. All right. Oh man, Ocean, you are flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll increase this up. Where was I? Where am I? Huh? What? Who am I? What year is it? Now let me remember where I was. I was talking about. Oh yes, of course, of course. It was a horse, of course. We were talking about my trip to Japan. So we went to Disney Sea. It was great. Then the next day we went to Disneyland. Disneyland was fine, honestly. If I'm being completely honest, because I'm from California, it's the same as Disneyland, in my opinion. It was pretty much the exact same. Taylor had a great time. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so different, that's so different. I really liked going to the shows, like seeing the Tiki Room in Japanese. That was a lot of fun. Because, you know, I can understand like barely any of it, but I also could understand a lot more of it because it was the Tiki Room, and I knew the Tiki Room, so that was pretty fun. And then we went, so yeah, Disneyland, it was a really, really hot day the second day we were there. So we didn't last too long at Disneyland, but I'm kind of glad we didn't because we got out, went back to Tokyo, and finally the Disney part of our trip was basically over. Taylor wanted to go to a bunch of Disney stores, but now I get to just show him Japan, and I was very excited about that. So we got sushi. Of course we got sushi that night. And then we met up with one of Jules's friends and saw a like a little show. It was like a rock show that night. And that ended up being probably our highlight of the whole trip. So I'm so glad we didn't stick around. We were going to stay at Disneyland until the the fireworks, but I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. So we went to go see a super cool show, and saw some like little indie bands. It was a lot of fun. Probably the highlight of the night, or highlight of the trip, maybe even. And then, yeah, so that was only the first 2 days. It was an extremely packed couple of days. And after that, we went to Osaka. Now, if you don't know about Japan, Osaka is it's much further south. And it's kind of like the tech and like youths. There's a lot of kids, not kids, but like, like young people there. And a lot of gaijin, which are like basically non-Japanese people, are in Osaka. They really like food and they really like booze. Now, unfortunately, Taylor is not a big booze fan, so we didn't do too much boozing, but we did do a lot of fooding, and we got some really good food there, and played a lot of video games. Even though he's not really into alcohol, we did go to a decent amount of bars because they're very cool bars there. Some cool video game bars. We went to a bunch of arcades. Oh my gosh, Japan and their arcades. Ain't nothing like them. So cool. How do you do, you fellow kids? Feeling good? Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Osaka was great. The day we left, there was like this really big fire in Osaka. Like one of the buildings caught on fire, which was very interesting to see how Japan deals with a crisis. Just very well, honestly, is how they dealt with the crisis. I want this to focus correctly. It feels like I'm out of focus, right? There we go. We'll just keep it on manual then. If you ain't gonna focus right, I'm just gonna keep you on manual. Yeah, so Osaka was great, and then we'll talk about back to Tokyo in just a second. Ocean asks in the chat, did anyone watch K-Pop Demon Hunter? I definitely watched K-Pop Demon Hunter, and I loved it. It's very, very good. I think it'd be really fun to make one of the burbs, to be the bird from it, the one with like the 6 eyes. I thought that would be a really fun project, just to do a bird. What's that bird called? Anybody know? The one with the little hat? But really, it's the cat's hat, I think, right? Wasn't that at the end? It was like, they were like, this is actually not the bird's hat or something. I can't remember. I like the golden song. Yeah, me too, Ree. Wow. Yeah, Cooper just actually went to a live sing-along version of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll keep going. Yeah, I need to rewatch it again. I watched it. I think I watched it once, and then I've like seen the songs, many times on YouTube. But I want to watch more. The bird that keeps, the bird keeps stealing it. That's right. Oh, and the bird's name is Susie. Love that. Oh yes, Soda Pop was a fun song. That was a good one. I like that one too. All right. Well, okay. So we left Osaka. We went back to Japan, or to Tokyo, for our last leg of the trip. I didn't really want to take Taylor, my brother, to like too many crazy places because it was his first time to Japan, and he's not the most crazy adventurous. I mean, we had fun, but it can be a little. Being in Japan, especially for someone that has no idea at all how to speak Japanese, and I was the only person with him, it can be a little spooky. So we didn't go to too many crazy places. I really wanted to go see some interesting places like Fujiyama and stuff, but we instead just went to back to Tokyo, and I could really show him Tokyo this time because the first time we were in Tokyo was all about Disney anyhow. We didn't really see anything. We stayed in Shinjuku, which was like one of the big neighborhoods there, but we really didn't do too much. So we went back, and this time we stayed in Shibuya, which is also a really big neighborhood, and we did all the things. Lots of food, lots of games, lots of hanging out with friends. We went to this really cool event there called Team Labs. It's like a kind of like a art gallery, but it's all digital. It's really, really cool. I don't really know how to explain other than you would really like it. It's very neat. Everybody likes it. It's very interactive and stuff. So we did one of those. There's 2 of them in Tokyo, but we did the one called Borderless. And then yeah, lots of food, lots of hanging out, lots of arcade games again. 6. We hung out with with Jules' friend. She actually goes by Alice. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. And then we came back, and I didn't sleep at all on the flight back, which was a problem because I was exhausted and extremely jet lagged. So we got back I got back like on Thursday, and I was so jet lagged that I didn't really get like, I was like out of it. I've never been that jet lagged before because I didn't sleep at all on the flight, so I was just like, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we went. And now I'm back, and I've been putting together my house for a while now. We've been putting together all the things. We just bought a couch, but it won't be here for a few months, which is a bummer because I want the couch now. It's kind of weird being in a house with no couch, you know what I mean? I feel like a house isn't a home until you get that couch. Until you get that couch. But I don't know. Ooh, pippity poppity, just can't stop it. Let's keep rocking and rolling. One. How's everybody else's sandcastle coming along? Anybody else working on a sandcastle today? I think Ocean is. I'm not sure if anybody else is, but we have just finished, or I'm about to finish my second of the skinny towers. And we're, like I said earlier, we're only going to do a few skinny towers today. And the majority of our piece, because normally in the big one we do 4 of these skinny towers, but we're only going to do 2, and it's going to be 2 on either side, 1 on either side, and then the big tower in the middle. So that way we can save on yarn for our next project. Go. I've been working on some other new patterns too. We got a really good idea for a pattern in October that I'm really excited about. Like I said earlier, we're working on a big change to the website, and so I've been working kind of all week on different web pages and stuff like that on that. For that, we're going to be announcing it probably next week or in 2 weeks. I'm very excited about it, honestly. I think it's going to be a really cool change. I'm trying to create a bunch of new features on the website too, so we're pretty excited about it. But on top of that, like one of the features that we're doing is going to be like this new event thing. And for that new event, I wanted to have a new pattern for it. So we got this really good idea for a pattern, and I'm very excited to do it. Ooh. I will say, this new place that we're living in, mosquitoes. My gosh, we got mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes, and I don't know how they keep getting in my house. It's so annoying. So my body is so itchy. My feet are so itchy right now. There we go. So itchy. Itchiest boy in all the neighborhood. Oh, dude! Oh my gosh, Zoe had a market last weekend, and the goblins were the biggest hit. Heck, yes, they were. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, dude. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, those goblins are a great market item, in my opinion, because they're so quick and easy to make, and I feel like people really like them, and you can customize them really easily. I'm so glad they were a hit. If anybody else is looking to crochet things for a market, you can use any club crochet patterns for your markets. I just ask that you don't resell the pattern itself. And if anybody asks about the pattern, just let them know pattern from Club Crochet. That's all. That's all I ask for. But you totally can use Club Crochet patterns to make things to sell if you want to. I don't know how many people knew about that. I should probably make that more of an obvious thing on the website. Yeah, and then just what Zoe says, give them credit in Instagram posts if you do for other designers. Some designers don't like you selling their pieces, but I don't mind. I think it's fine. Okay, so we have our 2 skinny towers done. Now we can move on to our large base tower, which is going to be like the main center tower. So I'll get rocking and rolling on that. Shoink. We're also going to be starting the new Club Crochet Challenge. Club Crochet Challenge is going to probably be starting next week. I need to rub ice cubes on your mosquito bites. Will that help? I will try that, smart lady. Or aloe vera. Aloe vera. I will try both of those things. I do have some itch cream that I gotta use. I get these double bites on my feet that are like driving me crazy though. Oh wait, I forgot. I'm supposed to connect with the slip stitch. What was I saying? I was saying something, but I can't remember what. Oh, the challenge. Yes. The Club Crochet Challenge is coming back. And it's going to be a shell of a good time. See what I did there? I think you're going to really love it. It's going to be starting next week. And I'm very, very excited about it. I can show you a little sneak peek in a little bit as well, if you want to see. Pretty good. I'm excited to get back into recording. I haven't been recording a lot recently, just because I haven't had my little studio set up yet. But now I do, so I'm excited to get back to recording videos. Like I said, I'm going to be recording the hermit crab pattern tomorrow. Maybe Sunday, probably tomorrow though. So I'm really excited about that because I've kind of been trying to record it for a while now. And I actually had a thought like last night of a pattern change. So I'm glad I didn't record it until later. Because that's kind of how I do it. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I should record this pattern. And then I'm like, wait, what if I did this? Like a great example of that is when I first came out with the goblin pattern. Not the mini goblin, but the like normal size goblin. Not the hobgoblin either. Just like the goblin. I was going to record the video tutorial for it. But I had... I was making the nose separate and sewing it onto the face. And it was the one part of the pattern, except for the mouth, that was sewn on. And it was always very tedious to sew that nose on. And then I was like, the night before, I was like, what if I tried making like a weird bobble stitch for that? And that night I invented the spiked bobble stitch, which was a bobble stitch with a mini picot in between two of the loops, which ended up making that exact nose shape, and I could make a nose without having to sew anything on. It was huge for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I could use this for hands and claws. I could use this for horns and spikes. And it was like a really big moment for me. But I am so glad I didn't record that video tutorial, because I never would have come up with that. So that's just one of the things that I learned, is like sometimes it's better to wait to record your video tutorial, and then so that way like you can make sure that you get it right. Video tutorials are hard though. They're hard to make, they're hard to get good at, and a lot of crocheters will reach out to me and agree with me. Like Drewby Zoo every now and then will be like, how do you even do video tutorials? And I'm like, dude, I've just done hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of them. So I just know what I'm doing now. But it didn't start easy, and it took me a long time to get that good of them. Anyhow, that's enough of a video tutorial rant. Ree wants to see. What is a... Zoe says that another thing you can do for mosquito bites is you got to do a hot cross bun. What is a hot cross bun? I just realized I have not really been like showing off my piece recently. This is something I've been figuring out recently in general, is like, oh, I need to like take more pauses at the end of completing a part of my project so that you can actually see it. I just kind of like keep powering through it sometimes. So there. So there. What round am I on, by the way? Okay, I'm on round 6 of the large base tower. We gotta do 4 rounds of just single crochets around. So this is just a nice little chill part. Happy birthday, Marcel! Happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy birthday. I hope your birthday's good. Oh, yes, you use your thumbnail to press an X. I do that one all the time. It sometimes works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Especially that cross thing. That doesn't seem to work with me when I am... when I have 2 bites that are close together. It just doesn't seem to work. Also, this bite specifically, me doing that into this bite, I think it's because of where it is on my foot. It hurts so bad to push into it like that. I think it's just like perfectly on the wrong nerve. Jules is like, you're getting bit up a lot. And I was like, I don't think I'm getting bit by different mosquitoes a lot. I think mosquitoes are having a hard time finding my veins. So they bite, and then they move over slightly, and then they bite, and then they move over slightly, and they bite. So I'm like, stop. No, my feet. Tell me about you guys' week, though. What have you guys been working on? Any big projects in August from the chat? Any new things, new stuff in your life? What have you been working on? Marcel's birthday is today, so I know that. But what else? Put lavender oil on my mosquito bites. I don't know if that's going to work. It'll make it smell good, though. It will make it stink good. Lavender's got a good stink to it. Lavender? And that got a good stink to it, I'll tell you. I just realized during this part of the pattern is where we're going to want to add a face. So, we need to get some votes going on the face. Any ideas? I'm currently thinking we do just like a simple smile with a wink. I think that's very beachy, very sandcastle-y. But I could kind of switch things up if you want to. We could even do a bobble stitch somewhere in this and do a nose. I think if we wanted to do that, though, You'd be within this round that I just completed. So, you know what? Why don't we do a vote real quick for that? I'll open this up for just a second. And let's try to figure out what kind of face we want to add here. Let's do a vote. Face vote. Here, you know what? Let's start with nose or no nose. Okay, yeah, we're just going to start with a very simple question. Do I add a nose? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Let me knows in the chat. While you guys are voting on that nose, I'm going to use the center of our yarn to get started on one of the other parts. So that way we're not like kind of wasting too much time. While I'm waiting for you to answer my questions. I got to turn off notifications, please. There we go. Getting spam. Ooh, someone says sunglasses. Sunglasses definitely could be fun. I like the idea. I think we definitely could do that. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the medium tower now. Just so that we can keep crocheting while you guys vote on the face. So I pulled out of the very center of our piece here. Look, you can see the yarn is being pulled out of both the center and the side. Working two parts at once. Ooh, a paw print tattoo. That's cute. All right, we're going to wait for this vote to get to, let's go with like 20-ish. Oh, Kaylin, your little son. Congratulations. That is a very young son. Congrats. You made a realistic rat. Gotta love a realistic rat crocheted. Oh, Cooper is getting the paw print tattoo. I didn't realize that was you, Coop. That's so exciting. That's cute. I love that. Cooper, is that your first tattoo? Is that going to be your first one? Pretty wild. Remade a clown possum. And Stitcher Sarah said they started an Etsy shop. Congratulations, Stitcher Sarah. Is your Etsy shop just called Stitcher Sarah? We can go to your Etsy and maybe favorite some items that might help you out in the shop. Oh my gosh, it's your first tattoo, Cooper! That's so exciting. First tattoo. I've never had a tattoo. I kind of always wanted one. I've always had a lot of different ideas for tattoos. When I was a kid, I really, really wanted to get either a squashed bee or a unicorn tattooed to the bottom of my foot. I got an appointment to get the tattoo and everything. I was like 15 or 16. And the tattoo artist was like, this is going to hurt like a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, how bad? He's like, it's going to hurt really bad. And also, it's not going to last very long because it's on the bottom of your foot. Are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, should I not? And he was like, I don't know. Maybe you should ask your parents first. And I was like, oh, they don't know about it. And they were like, ooh, you really should ask your parents about it then. And I was like, okay. And then I got scared off and I didn't get the tattoo. I'm honestly kind of glad I didn't because it would have been gone by now on the bottom of my foot. And like Zoe said, they are addictive, and I totally believe that. I would have absolutely got addicted to tattoos. I do plan on getting a tattoo eventually, but I just don't know. I've always wanted to get the Club Crochet logo tattooed on me. That's been a big one for me. I've also always wanted to get, I really like playing ukulele. So I've always wanted to, I've always have too since high school. I've always wanted to get the like ukulele picks tattooed on my wrist, but that's a really scary place to get a tattoo, you know? So, I never had the guts. I never had the guts is all. All right, do we vote on the nose? Oh, we say no to the nose. All right. That works with me. Let's change it up. Let's talk about face. Get Jimbo's face tattooed on me. Oh my god, that's a great idea. Face options. We're gonna say sunglasses, wink, classic face, or something just made a weird noise and I didn't like it. All right, so here's the options for the face that I just threw in the chat. Do you want a sunglasses? Would you like a wink? Would you like a classic face or a cartoony face? I could have also said no face, but I don't think anybody would answer no face. So I decided to leave that one not on there. Yeah, so go ahead and vote now what kind of face you want to add to our little guy. And I will be honest, I probably can do one of the faces on top of sunglasses, or sunglasses on top of one of the faces. So if sunglasses is a close vote, I will probably do both, realistically. But we'll see. Which also means that I need to get my black yarn prepared. But we still got a little bit longer for this medium tower, so let me go ahead and try to finish this medium tower up first. And then we'll move on to face stuff, and we'll move back to the large tower. Oh, my thing's not letting me vote. Is anybody else having a hard time voting? Glenn Ocean misclicked. Ooh, uh-oh. This is nice. Oh my gosh, Zoe got a tattoo machine off of eBay years ago. Don't do that. Zoe, you gotta tell me what was your first tattoo that you did with your tattoo gun? Was it on yourself or was it on your partner? I need to know. I really wonder. I think it was like a smiley face that they tattooed on their own arm. I always wanted to do a stick and poke tattoo, but again, never had the guts for it. I also wanted gauges in high school. Glad I didn't do that because I got the tiniest ears in the world, and I just can't imagine little tiny gauges in these little tiny earlobes. I do love gauges though. I think they look cool. It is a toasty one here. Oh my gosh, we just got our electric bill for our first month in the house. It was so high. It's because we always have the air conditioning on because we need it always on. Oh, it's so hot. Ugh, you've drunkenly messed up some other people's skin. Yikes, dude. Oopsies. Well, you know, that'd be the way it is. Oh, 3 Artiv does henna tattoos. That's fun. So the last night that I was in Japan, my brother went to bed early because he's a lame-o, and I was like, dude, it's our last night in Japan. You want to go to bed at 10? He was like, yes. I was like, all right, dude. You do you. We don't need to wake up till noon tomorrow, but all right. Have fun sleeping. I'm going to go out. And so I got sushi at a real fancy place. This was my last night, you know. I was like, let's get sushi. And oh my gosh, it was the best sushi I had the entire trip. It was so, so good. And I went to the sushi chef and I tried to talk to him in Japanese best I could. And one of the things I said, I wanted tuna. I wanted 3 pieces of tuna. I wanted 3 pieces of salmon. And I wanted 1 osasume. And osasume means like whatever you recommend. And he was like, oh, osasume. That's what they always do. You say osasume and they go, osasume. And he gave me this fish, and he said that the ban on this fish was lifted just that day. It was like the first day that you could eat that fish again or something. I don't know. It was a while. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. But obviously I tried it, and it was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. I was like, ugh. I get why this one can't be fished too much, because geez Louise, that's a good fish. But that was probably my favorite food the entire trip, too. I'm just thinking about sushi now. I shouldn't be thinking about sushi. I need to save money. Too much expensive things going on. Oh, can you hear the helicopter? Or the planes? Let me know in the chat. That is one of the frustrating things about this place, is that we do get a lot of planes and helicopters over it. So you're going to find that in my videos now, there's going to be moments where there's just noises. Lots of noises. Whoa! Ocean got a signed ball from the US Open this summer. That's awesome. That's way cool. Just coming up to the end of our medium tower here, just a second. Which means that our medium tower is done. We got our 2 small towers done. We just need to do, I think we just need like a little top on this medium tower. And we just need to finish the big tower, and then we can connect everything together. Which is great. We're doing great on time. Which means that I think I'm going to have enough time today to do our little mini bonus pattern. That's my goal today, is I want to finish enough to do a bonus pattern today for a little bucket. That's my goal. We'll see though. Okay. Go ahead and throw that on the inside, and you know what, I'm gonna put this side on the inside too. And that way I can just double knot to it. Like at ease. One and 2. All right. Add that to the excess stuffing. Toss this up. Okay, wait, we'll look. So it's open like that, but we want to just kind of crunch it up, and then it'll be the top for castle there. And this one's going to go on top of this one, and then we're going to do another one on top of that, and then these 2 ones are going to go on the side. I think we can move back to our face part now. So let's see, what did you guys vote for the face? We said no on the nose, and we said Yes to the sunglasses. Love that. All right. Let's see what we can do with sunglasses here. All right. We're obviously going to need our black yarn here. We probably are going to need some white yarn as well. I'm going to start by... You know what? Let's actually start by finishing up the last few rounds of this castle part, and then before I sew it, like make it closed, I'll just do one round of making it closed. That way we have like a better idea of where the front of our house or our castle is and stuff. I think it'll just help with positioning. So let's go ahead and try to finish up part of this first. A cartoony face with sunglasses? I think we can make that happen, honestly. I think that's exactly what I'm like. You know what? Let's go a little bit further here, and that way we can still add safety eyes, and I can do the sunglasses. I think the goal would be make the sunglasses first, and then make the face to fit the sunglasses. Might be a little easier, but we'll see. We'll see. I definitely have an idea on how to make the sunglasses, because I made sunglasses once for the... we have like a cool sun pattern. So I'll kind of like work off of that, but just smaller is my goal. So let's see what we can do. I believe, how many rounds am I supposed to do here with this? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we only have 2 more rounds of this body part before I do a decrease. So, and we'll do 1 round of decreasing just so I can get like a general idea of it being pulled in. I think it'll be, I got a plan. So sunglasses. Alright, almost done with this part. The crab is absolute. Thank you very much, Just a Skeleton. Appreciate you. Yeah, I need to get a way that I can just see when new members sign up for the site, and that way when people sign up for membership, I want to put little crocheted things out for them as well. So I'll try to get something worked on. Go. Looking like a cake. Alright, let's do 1 round of decreasing here before I start messing with the face. 1, 2, and then our decrease. Right? Yes. There we go. Oh, I just realized I was super out of focus all this time, too. Didn't we used to have what? Didn't we used to have that? This is clearly something I was just talking about, but for some reason my brain erased that. You hear Kitty? You hear Jimbo? Yes, he is out there yowling. It's like, hey! I wanted to hang out. All right. So we got no nose, and now we want to add our face. Let's try our sunglasses here. So I'm thinking for the sunglasses, you know what, let me pull up that other pattern really quick. Just the sun pattern, because that way I could kind of like remember how I did those sunglasses. I remember it's like a long chain and then like crochet stitches in there, but I can't remember that way. Yeah, that's right. I did have something for notifying about subscribers especially, but the member stuff, I don't think that ever really worked right. I gotta log in. Yeah, I just don't think, I think it like never really worked perfect. And with the whole new setup, I think that we need a like a redo on it. It's hard because whenever anything updates for live stream software, it's like the most annoying thing in the world. Because I need to update all the rest of my stuff. Okay, it is the way I thought it was. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna just do this off of the top of my noggin. So bear with me here. We're making sunglasses. I'm gonna start with a slip knot. And I'm gonna chain, we'll count. So that'll be 1, and then 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6. Let's do 7, and then 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12. I think that'll be enough. So that'll be slip. We'll do half, double half, slip, 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 half, double half, slip. That's my goal. That's what we're going to try here. I'm going to try working into the back of these bumps like that. And we're going to try like this. 1 slip. And then we'll do a half double crochet in the next right here. Yeah, and then a double crochet in the next right here. And then a half double in the next one right here. Okay, and that's supposed to be one of the frames. Might not be big enough. We'll find out. Then we're gonna slip stitch. You know, I'm gonna chain 1 after that half double, and then I'm gonna, you know, it probably would have been smart to chain 1 before our first half double. Okay, backing up, slip stitch 1, chain 1, and then we're gonna do that stitch again. So it's half double crochet in the first, then a double, then another half double, that, then I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the next stitch if I can. It wants to fight me because it's angry. There we go. That. See what we got working with right here. So that's supposed to be one of the lenses. All right, this is gonna be too big, but that's okay. We'll finish this up and we'll just have cool sunglasses for later. So there's 1, I think there's gonna be 3 slip stitches in a row, makes sense to me. One, shoop. Two, and then we'll go 3, and then I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to do that same lens thing, so half double, then a double, oops, then another half double, and I think we have 1 too few chains here, or pieces, so let's go ahead, slip stitch there, And let's take a look at what we've got for our first try. It's a little, looks a little like Squirtle Squad. Honestly, it looks like a mustache too, doesn't it? It kind of looks like a mustache. So maybe, let's see. I think we need to draw this out just a little bit more. I mean, I will say it's not bad, but I think we could do a better job. I just think maybe it's a little long. Is my first thought. Gilberto Castro, hello, welcome to the chat. We are currently making a sunglasses for a sandcastle that we're working on. That is our goal here. Let's see what happens when I do that. Cut the yarn and then pull it through. And we'll pull this through this knot. That. There we go. That made a little bit of a nub like we have on the other side, which is perfect. And then this one will pull through just straight through the stitches. It reminds you of a superhero mask. Yeah, I agree with that. We're getting like Rockstar Sandcastle vibes. Yeah. I think that what we need is, I think that they're honestly, I think they're like too long and too short. Well, actually, I don't know if they are too short actually, but I do feel they're too long. You know? So let's go ahead and try this out again. Let's try drawing something out a little bit though. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do here. So sunglasses are more like, oopsies, I got marks on my hand. So we want it more like rounded, right? And then angled, and then rounded, and then doop, and then boop, boop. If I can get a little bit of an arch to the top of that, like that. And then some shine. Some shine. Right? So it's more like sunglassy, and then a little tiny smile under it like that. That's kind of more of what I'm going for. This is looking like Squirtle Squad. So here's where we need to fix it. Step one, I think we need it to be slightly shorter. You know, we need it to be like a few stitches shorter. Step two, we need these to be rounder. And step three, we need to create more of an arch on the top of these chains. Now that's going to be, I think, the hardest part for me. Is figuring out how to do an arch on the chains. But we can figure it out together. Let's do it. Let's try this again. So let's try this again. We're going to start by making a slip knot again. I'll leave a little bit of a long end here. And this time we're going to do, so we need to start with one slip stitch. That's going to be for that little edge notch that we did there. And then we need 3 for the lens. 1, 2, 3. And then before I did 3 for the center bits. So it's like slip, 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 and then I did our second part. That's too much. I think we can just do 2 for the center. I think that'll shrink us down a little bit. So there's 1, 2 for the center. 3 for the next lens. 1, 2, 3. And then this time I want to do 2 for the other nubbin. Yeah, 1, 2. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chains at this time. So we brought down by 1 chain. Might not be enough, but let's see what we can do. I'm gonna start, this time, instead of working into those back loops, I'm gonna work into the top loops. That way we can leave the bottom loops open so I can come back around and do slip stitches into them and try to create that top round on the other side of it. All right, so 11 chains, skip the first one. We're gonna slip stitch into the second one. And then we're going to do, I'm gonna chain 1. And this time I'm gonna do a double crochet into the next. I might actually just do 3 double crochets in a row. Let's try that. 1, 2, and 3. Like that. So that'll give us more of a rounding. That's looking good as far as like a lens goes, I think. And then we're gonna chain, I'll chain 1, and we're gonna slip stitch into the next 2. So there's 1 and 2, and then we've got enough for the next one. So then we chain 1, and we're gonna do 3 double crochets in a row. 1, 2, and 3, like that. Okay, I'll squish in the middle there. Hey, this is looking a little bit better. And then we're gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna slip stitch into that last chain, like that. And it actually kind of already gave us that rounded top, so I don't know if I need to come back around. Hey, that's looking much better, right? That's getting much closer, I think. What do you guys think? Especially if I could like, if I could just like tweak this a little bit so I pinch right there so it makes it more round on the top. Like that. I do the same over here. Like that. That's kind of looking good. Right? Yes. Okay, cool. Then let me just do, I'll tell you what, I'll just do chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch 1 time into that same chain, and hopefully this creates just like this little nub at the end. Yeah, that kind of worked. And let's cut the yarn. I'll pull it all the way through, and I'm going to pull it right back through this knot that we made. That. And then with this other end, I actually am not going to pull it through. We're just going to pull it tighter. We'll just hold it from this edge so you can kind of see it. So this part's going to be sewn in anyhow, like that. Yeah? I think that looks pretty good. I agree with you guys. I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll just embroider a little white on it too, which will make it even more sunglassy. And we'll sew in the middle, and we'll sew on the edges. And I don't even know if we want to add eyes on top of everything, but I'll tell you what, let's add the smile before we sew these on. That way we know where to sew it on. I want the smile to be very tiny, right? Because I don't want it to like cover up anything there. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to cut a little bit of yarn, and we'll thread it in half. So that way it's like a very tiny piece of yarn. And then I'm just going to sew this on between these 2 stitches here. So it's a really tiny smile, which I think will look really cute. That's our goal. So right there. And then I'll go over one like that. Just gonna make a straight face, and then we're gonna come up right there. Let's see, will this smile be too tiny? We're gonna find out. That's what I'm aiming for. Pull that in enough to get a knot. Okay. And the sunglasses would go like that. Nice. I think that's good. You know, and then especially if we can get like a tilt to the sunglasses a little bit so that the smile shows a little bit better. That's pretty good. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and add some 6mm eyes under where those eyes, the sunglasses are going to be. So even though they're going to be sewn on to the face, we'll know that there's eyes under it. Yeah, I think that smirk is pretty good. And then we'll do eyes right there and there. Let's try that. So like right like this. And then one right like that. Let's see how that looks. That might be a little too close to the face though. I don't know if they're going to get covered up by the sunglasses or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, they do. Just barely. Yeah, like that. And then those get sewn on. We'll probably sew the sunglasses on afterwards. So I think it'll be a little easier to sew on after we close the face up a little bit. And then we'll add a little shine to it. Alright, let's go ahead and put those to the side. I think those eyes are in a good position though. It's very cute. Totemo kawaii desu ne. Yeah? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lock these in place. Yeah. Hello, Mixu. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for writing something. Like that. And then, again, sunglasses will go over it. Sewn up at the top right there. Maybe embroidered down slightly on the corners. Like that. So it'll be like this. Looking cool. Alright. Oh, I forgot to double knot the mouth. That would have been bad. Okay, we're just going to keep the classic face for right now. And we'll cover it up by the requested sunglasses ASAP. Guys, I got a new water bottle while I was in Japan. Check out this cute sticker that I put on it. Isn't that so cute? It's 2 stickers. So every time I go to Japan, I buy way too many stickers. But I got this one actually in America. And then I got this cute frame in Japan. And so I was like, oh my god, these are perfect together. And look how sparkly it is. I love it. Oh, and then here's another sticker that's on it. Those are the only 2 stickers I have so far. But I bought a bunch. Yes, we do need a name, Zoe, and that is a great option. Sandy Sandberg, very good name. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start putting, I'm just going to write them down physically this time because it's a little bit more fun that way. So we got Sandy Sandberg. It's a great start. If you have any name suggestions, go ahead and let me know in the chat, and I will write them down, and we'll vote on them a little bit later. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and finish up this part of the face here. I got that. I'm trying to get that Sharpie off my finger real quick. Okay. Sammy. Sammy's a cute name too. It's my cousin's dog's name is Sammy. Named after Sammy. What's their name? Sammy something. Jim Joe Bob. Jim Joe Bob. Sandra. Ooh, I like Sandra too. Sandra what? We got Sandy Sandberg. So give us a last name too if you want to. Sandra Granules. What's a castle? What's a good last name for a castle? Bum, bum, bum. Slip stitch there. Castleette. Like it. Let's write it down. We got Sandra. Was it Castleette? I like that name. Castle. You know what? Why don't we have these names separate? So last names. Sandberg. We got Castleette. We got Castle. I like that because it sounds fancy, but it's just castle. And then first names. We got Sandy. We got Sandra. There was another one. Sammy. I like Golden Tides. Cool. And Sandy Beach with an IE. I like that. Sandra Castle does sound really good. Just Castle. That does sound good, Carrie. All right, keep me updated if you got any ideas. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up this large tower. And then we've got the... Oh, we have to do the edging on this still. And I have one extra little piece to crochet. But then we'll throw it all together. And hopefully have enough time for an impromptu bucket pattern. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And let's stuff this feller up a little bit. Sandra Turret. I like that too. Turret is a great last name. Windy Shore. I like that name also. Titus. Just Titus. I like just Titus actually. Titus because like the tide. That's really good. That's good, Kaylin. I'm loving the puns, guys. I'm liking it. Sandra Bucket. I like that too. Maybe it could be related to Chum Buckley. You guys remember Chum Buckley? That was our goblin that's a fly fisher. 10 out of 10. He's in my bathroom right now because he's my favorite. He's actually my new D&D character. Is Chum Buckley. If people don't remember, it was a little goblin that we crocheted during the mini goblin crochet-thon. And he was a fly fisher. So he had a little fishing pole with a little turd on it. And he caught flies. And I was like, I love this guy so much. I want him to be my new D&D character. So I made him it. He's a ranger, and he has a pet rock named Christopher. And I love him. And so does the party. Oh my gosh. I will say, like, we're playing like a really scary, like it's like a horror themed D&D game. and I made like the most ridiculous character ever. And talk like this. Hey, my name's Sean Bucket. I don't want to down. Yeah, I got all kinds of flies. We got French flies. We got shoe fly pie. And it's the most like ridiculous thing. Like everything's all spooky. All the other players are like scary, and then I'm like, I got French fly. You want French fly? He's saying flinch flies. They're flies that he catches that when you eat them, they taste nasty, and so you flinch. Anyhow, that's what I've been up to. It's really, really funny. And honestly, the party is very thankful for a silly character in such a serious campaign, which is nice. All right, so let's see these glasses on this guy again. Nice. Nice. I kind of do like it tilted up Squirtle Squad style. It's kind of nice too. I think it needs to be like a little bit higher like that so you can barely see the gaps of the smile. And then I'll fix the smile later so it's less of a V. Oh, you would love to play D&D with me. It's psychotic. I'm crazy. I really like role-playing. I do not like battling. I'm just trash at battles. But I'm very good at the role-playing. Alright, just a couple more parts here. First I need to add on the edging of this large castle. So we'll go ahead and do that first. And then after that, we can add on after that, we can crochet the last part, which is the spire. Oh, shoot, I messed that one up. Boop, 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 boop. That's going to be a problem all the way at the end. After we finish this part, we can crochet the last spire and put everything together. And then chain and half double. And chain and then slip stitch. I remember how to do this now. Baby is finally napping. Congratulations, Karen. That is or Kaylin, that is a big deal. Yes, we are aiming for 125 likes. I don't think we're going to hit it. But you know what? Don't let me discourage you. If you think we can make it there, then you should like this video down below. Let me write down a few more of these names. I love this song. This is from Animal Crossing. Okay, let's write down some of these names. Okay, we got Roy Shorbison. Okay. Roy. What is that? Is that a pun off something? Shorbison. Sandy Shores. Of course, Sandy Shores. Hold on. Sandy Shores. Sandra Sand. What else we got? There was other ones up there. Hold on. Sandra Bucket. That's right. Sandra Bucket. There's 2 T's, but I only want 1. Oh, yes. Titus Pool. I like that. Titus Poole. And then Sandra Turret. Turret have 2 T's or 1? Just 1. Oh, and Windy Shore. Any other ones while I'm at this? Sandra Sand we got. Oh, Roy Orbison is a singer from the 50s. I like that. Okay, famously wore sunglasses. Ocean Breeze Oasis. Kind of sounds like a drink at Jamba Juice, but you know what? I used to work for Jamba Juice, and I love that. All right, let's keep rock and rolling. All right. One, two. Okay. Nice. I'm liking it. All right. How do we feel about a... No, let's keep we'll keep the top hat the way it's supposed to be. I think it's a better idea. I was gonna suggest something, but I don't want to suggest it because I like it. I like the idea. One, two. Sometimes it's nice just to keep them relatively simple. And I know, you know, we're adding sunglasses, we're adding a face. But compared to our other ones, this one is pretty tame, I would say. Right, chat? Sometimes we make some wild stuff here on these live streams. One and two. All right. Well, I think it's funny that you feel old when you're... I'm pretty sure you're younger than me, Zoe. I just didn't understand. Maybe I'd know who it was if I Googled them. So I'll Google them in a second. Ooh, this music's fun. I love it when a video game soundtrack goes hard. And it's like, dang, they didn't need to do that, but I like that they did it. All right. That's looking pretty good. One. And a double knot here. Probably should have used this for stuffing it closed, but that's all right. We're only a couple years apart. I feel like after I was like 24, age was like, whatever. Everybody, like, you know, I mean, you know, you're in your 20s. And then I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like time stops mattering as much. This looks pretty great to me so far. I really like how cute that face is. All right, now we need to make one more crocheted part before we put everything together. So last little crochet bit, is going to be the top of the hold on, there it is, castle. Top of the castle, which is like a little spire. Erica, I totally feel that. Topmost peak, that's what this part's called. Ooh, only 4 single crochets. Okay. 1. What's the name of that crab? I don't know. Tina was supposed to name it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because she's the one that tipped. Tina, do you have a good name suggestion for a crab? And 6. All right. Looking pointy. And what else is the point other than to look pointy? 1, 2, increase. All right. Couple more rounds. Almost done though. Woo, Krusty the Crab. Oh, Sebastian the Sea Hero. Love that, Tina. Thank you for the name. Super appreciate it. This is little Sebastian. I need to make a lobster too. 4 and 5. I had an idea on how to make a lobster yesterday, but I didn't write it down or make it, so I need to remember how I thought about it. Okay. All right, last round here of crocheting. 2, 3, 4, and then increase. So next up after this is sewing everything together, and then I'll vote on the name, and then I'm gonna work on I want to try crocheting a little bucket as like an improvised pattern today. So we'll see if I can do that. Here we go. There's our little spire. I actually want this a little longer. So we're gonna go, yoop. All right, let's get everything sewn on. So I think the system is probably sewing the medium tower to the tall tower first, and then this spire to this, and then connecting the 2 sides together. 1 and then 2 over here. Look how cute they're gonna be. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be so cute even without the sunglasses. I wonder if I can make the sunglasses on wire instead. Would that be good? That would be good, right? I have some black wire. I need to find it, but what do you guys think? If we put it on wire, then I could like just put it in the face like that, you know? And we kind of shape it a little bit more, and we could take it out. What do we think about that idea, team? I think it might require us remaking this, but honestly, I might be able to do without remaking the sunglasses too. I don't know. Let's think about it though, and in the meantime, we'll sew on our towers. This one will go right here. Up through this next stitch. Like that. Yeah, it might be a little bit more tricky, but I agree. I think it would look nice. Okay, we're gonna go on this one. All right, now it's just going to be the nice, tedious part of sewing things together, which is always really fun to do and to watch, and notoriously everyone's favorite part, sewing pieces together. No. No. By the way, I totally forgot to mention earlier, Lava Run is just about ready to purchase, by the way. All the kits are being shipped out to people right now, and the games and stuff, and I'm getting the website prepared to get it for sale hopefully by Monday. And I made this like really cool website for it. I'm really proud of it. And then we're gonna do probably a live, not crochet along, but live stream like play along for Lava Run. I'm gonna try to do it on Monday. So expect another live stream coming up on Monday. So soonish. If I can convince Jules to play with me. We could try out the new expansion pack that's out too. So much Lava Run coming. Ooh, someone already got their Lava Run. Kristen got their Lava Run already. What do you think of the game? Kristen, I want to know. What do you think? Have you played it yet? Have you tried the solo mode or the co-op mode yet? Because I feel like people don't even know that there's a solo mode or co-op mode for the game yet. Yes, Chained Dreamer. Hello, Chained Dreamer. Welcome to the stream. We are making a cute little sandcastle. We're actually naming it too, if you have any name suggestions. But we're currently sewing the pieces together. Love this song. All right, I'm gonna pull this out on the back somewhere. We can use this for double knotting in a little bit. But there we go. We got one tower to the other, looking like a cake. Booty, 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 booty. Yeah, here's our name suggestions so far, Change Dreamer. If anybody else has any name suggestions, we got Sandra Sand, Sandra Bucket, Sandy Shores, Sandy Sandberg, Sandra Castle, and Sandra Castlet, Golden Tides, Titus Pool, Windy Shore, Sandra Turret, Roy Shorbison, and Sandy Beach, and Ocean Breeze Oasis. And then here's just a scattering of first and last names if we want to change something up. Ooh, I hope it arrives before you move. Also, Zoe, if you want, you can give me your updated address. I can change it. It would make a good cake pattern, right, Kaylin? I agree with that. Okay, next up, we're going to sew this top spire to the bottom, or to the medium one. Can't forget to stuff it also. Try to sew it on a little bit further in the back. Is the crab in the background related? Oh, that was someone tipping. So if you tip, I add a little crater in the background, and that was a preview of a future crochet pattern that we're working on for a new Amigurumi. If you didn't know, Amigurumis are this challenge that I gave myself where I try to crochet patterns in 100 stitches or less with no sewing at all, and then you know, make something out of it. And so that's a little crab prototype that I made. That's name is now Sebastian, and he is out here thanks to the great and powerful Tina, Queen of the Goblins, who's in the chat and is very generous. The generous Queen Tina. Whew. Jules has a callback tonight for a play. Very exciting. She's been playing a lot of music recently, and she has a show coming up soon here in LA. Very exciting. Her first real show here. So I'm super duper excited. She used to do a lot of stuff in San Francisco, but ever since the pandemic, it's been kind of hard to, you know, get back into it. If you don't know, my wife writes music. She's a songwriter, and she doesn't have a lot recorded right now, but she sure has a lot made. She's got enough for at least 2 albums. So I've been trying to get her to record it, throw it on Spotify. She has some stuff on Spotify if you want to check it out. It's currently under the band named Baird and Beluga, Baird and Beluga. That was her band in San Francisco. She only has a couple songs made, but I actually made the album art for both the songs, so check it out. It's on Spotify and everything. She's very talented, and I highly suggest you check it out. I guarantee you'd like it, because who wouldn't? There we go. That's the top spire sewn on. Oh, someone donated. Oh, I see. That's a spoiler. Got it. Yeah. Yes. Ocean is just answering questions. I am sorry. Hey, internet today. Not too bad, right? Do I have any suggestions for clean sewing? Been doing amigurumi for a year now, but I've never been able to get the sewing to be very clean. I do have some suggestions. I kind of wish you asked that right before I started this one, because I could have shown you. But Yeah, some suggestions for clean sewing. Uh, use pins to make sure you know exactly where it's going to be. Would be a great start. But there's a lot of other suggestions. I wish I got to you right before I finished sewing that piece on, because that was the last piece that we really needed to sew together. Yeah. Dang. But I do have a video tutorial that teaches you how to sew on Chained Dreamer. You can find it on my channel. Cassandra also got their lava run. I'm guessing that's what they mean. Hey, look at this. This looks like it could be like a rocket ship or something. It's very cool. Okay, I need to continue on to attaching the skinny towers. So we're gonna do. Now we're gonna attach these two to the sides like this. You see? So it's gonna go right there, and one's gonna go right here, like that. So, if I remember, yes. So we want to go like this. Okay, so here's how we're going to connect these together. We're going to go into the base of this tower first, find the first back loop. We're going to pull a new loop through that. Like this. And I'll pull it out a little bit. And we're going to chain one. And then we want to single crochet 8. Oh wait, no wait, I want it to be this way. Actually, let me do that again. The reason I want it to do that way is because that way it like looks on like it's on the outside. That's important. Okay, this part might be a little difficult for me to pay attention to the chat at the same time, so just heads up. But we'll see. 1. There we go. 2. Oh my gosh. 3. That one does not want to work with me though. I'll hide that in a second. 4. 7 and 8. And then I go, yeah, perfect. All right, then we go back to this. We choose where we want this to be on the side, which would be like right there-ish. And then we want to crochet 11 stitches across. Yeah, I have to crochet a Lablu. Labubu. Let's see, 11 through these back loops. So we want, let's say if we connect it right there, we'd be 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks 1 off, so let's go right there. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 was going to be right there, will be our first one. Two, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 would be right there. See, so this goes like that. Oh, that's gonna look so cute. Oh my gosh, this is gonna look so stinking cute. I'm so excited. All right, next up is this part. And then we go into, let's go with like right here. and I crochet, I believe I crochet just 8 times into this. Oh no, I single crochet 10 times now into this base tower. Or no, sorry, this is... Oh, I was supposed to only do 10 in the base tower. Which would be fine. That would just bring that over slightly like that. Now that looks like it'd be too close though. Wait, hold on. Let me count real quick. So this would be, I want 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 would be there. And then back to the base tower. Skip 2 of the stitches. 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and 12. No, 11. 10. Oh, yes, because we want to skip those 2. Okay, we're fine. We're doing fine. Can you guys hear my cat freaking out? He's like, where's my boy? Where is he? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 would be right there. Yeah, okay. Skip 2 of these stitches, 1, 2, and then back into that one right there. And then we'll crochet across. 1. Oh my gosh, 2. My cat is freaking out. 3. You want me to release the Jimbo? Let me finish this last part because then I won't have yarn on the ground, and then I'll let the Jimbo in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna skip that. 6 would be right here. Yeah, that's probably a good move. 8, 9. I think that's it for the back because I skipped one. And then I'd skip 2 of these and then finish crocheting these ones. 1, 2, and then we'll slip stitch this first one we made and hide that end in. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let me cut this yarn. Pull this through. We'll do our final touches in just a second, but we're gonna take a quick Jimbo break. Jimbo break, and look how much yarn we still have. Perfect. This is gonna be great for future projects too. All right, Jimbo. Your adoring fans want to see you. Jimbo. Jimbo, come here. Judy. Come here. Yeah, you. Come here. Come here. People want to say hi to you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Okay. Here, we'll do this one, so that people can see. Oh, you're all off camera. Hold on. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, you're so friendly. Say hi, Jimbo. Oh, say hi to the chat. This is what you wanted. Can you see them? Oh, thank you. Okay. Yes, yes. You're such a good boy. Can you hear him purring? He's very loud. Okay. Yes. Hi. Oh my gosh. Very happy. Screech, 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 screech. Screech, 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 screech. It's purple because I have this stupid green screen thing on right now. And for some reason it's cutting out part of him to make him purple. He's not really purple. Are you? No, you're not. Here, we can fix the purple. Hi, buddy. Hi. Okay, okay. Don't bite me. Oh, don't bite me. Here, we'll turn off all the purples. There we go. There we go. Now he's not purple. Happy? They loved your dye job, though. You did look very cute. Okay, yes. You're very cute. Can we finish up our crochet? I think we're gonna finish up our crochet now. Oh, that's our first time. That was your first time meeting Carrie. Do you have anything nice to say to Carrie? Okay. Jimbo says meow, meow. Yeah. And now he's gonna be rubbing his face all up on my legs for the next 30 minutes. That's how he do. I got Jimbo slobber all over me already. He's a very slobbery boy. He likes to slobber and sneeze all over everything. He's very gross in a great way. Yep. What do you find? Do you find something to attack? Of course you did. Always do. That's my secret. I'm always crazy. Alright. We're going to sew these together. Yeah, we are. Oh my gosh, do you hear that? This is what he does. He'll go out into the hallway and he'll be like, "Mow! Where's everybody?" Just a silly dude. Okay. Can you hear him? He's so loud. Oh, he's back. I heard him. All right. This part's just kind of tedious. We're just sewing in all of our ends, hiding everything. Does he like to chew on plastic bags? Is my door closed? No, my door is not closed anymore. He's laying right there. I can see him. And he does not like to chew on plastic bags, but he does like to chew on power cords, especially if they're like those fabric power cords, which apparently every power cord now makes them fabric, which is great. So I have to keep power cords pretty high up, or else he chews on them, which he's trying to do right now. Because he's a good boy that loves to eat power cords. Aren't you, buddy? That's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. He's not quite done yet. Okay, he just flopped. And now he's just running around like a psychotic little crazy baby. Crazy baby. And now he's in the bathtub. I just heard him jump in the bathtub. He's so wild. Does he like to play with my yarn? Yes. When I got Jimbo, I went to the cat, like a orphanage place, and I told them I'd like to get a cat that doesn't play with yarn too much and one that isn't too furry, because I didn't want his fur getting in all my yarn. And then I met Jimbo, and he jumped right on my lap, and he did what he just did. He licked my face, and he was like, "Hey, I love you. Do you love me?" And I was like, "All right, well, you're my cat." Within 2 seconds, I was like, "You're my cat, 100%. You're my best friend. Oh my God, I love you so much." And he is the exact opposite of what I went in there for. A crazy boy that likes yarn and is very furry. Honestly, he's the perfect soul kitty. We are very much alike, me and him. Okay, where did I drop my needle? I heard it fall. There it is. Can you hear that? I don't know if anybody can hear that. Did I get Jimbo as a kitten or a rescue? We got him as a rescue. He was, I think he was 1 or 2 when we got him, so he wasn't that old. Yeah, what's wrong, buddy? What's happening? Are you okay? Just Phoebe not want to play with you? And you're just kind of like going crazy? We'll play after this. Hi. Yes? Okay, you're slow blinking now. I think he got tired. I think he tired himself out. Which is great. We love a tired Jimbo. It only lasts for a few minutes, but it is very welcomed. I feel like he's a great training for getting a kid. He's psycho. I feel like I'm going to have a child and he's going to be, him and Jimbo are going to be thick as thieves. All right. Almost done here. I actually think I'd rather have that sewn 1 over, so we're going to pull this one out. Go into there. This one go to the bottom. All right. Let's have this come out where this end is. And then we'll get a vote going on the name as I add on the sunglasses. I actually don't think I'm going to have time for that bucket today, which is such a bummer. I really wanted to, but things are getting a little, we're getting a little long now. 1. So I think we'll save the bucket for another day. 2. Hope that's okay with everybody. Go. Unstuff this, or you know what I mean, like tuck it back in like this. This one came a little loose too. Let's see if I can't connect that a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Try another knot. That might help us out. 1, 2. All right. Now we're all sewn together. Top, there's the back of our castle, and here's the front. All right, now we just want to add on our sunglasses. But before we do our sunglasses, let's go ahead and get a name going in the chat. See you later, Ocean. Thanks for joining. Jimbo, Ocean says bye. Okay. Jimbo says. That's it. That was what he said. Name our Sandcastle. All right. So we got our good name suggestions here. I like this one. And we need 4. I like... Let's go with... And one more. Let's go with all right. Name suggestions are in. Do you want to name our castle Titus Pool, Sandy Sandberg, Sandra Turret, or Windy Shores? Vote now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get that in there a little bit, round out the mouth just a little bit more, and then get our sunglasses on there. And let's see if I can't find wire to add these sunglasses in. This is going to be the hard part because my wire is somewhere in here. I guarantee you that. I just don't know where. Oh where has my wire all gone? Oh where could it be? Where would I put it? Where could I have put it all? Those are pins. What's this? I'll think it. What's this? Cat hats. That is not wire. Ah, it's probably under craft tools. Feels like a place I'd put it. Well, that's not... I mean, this actually could work, though. Hey, there's the scissors I was looking for. Oh, here's this, too. We need this out for sure. But no wire. Oh, wire. Wrong kind of wire, but it'll work. Wasn't what I was looking for, but it'll work. It should be right in the top of the chat, 3Artiv. The little poll. See if I can't make this work for our sunglasses. It's going to be tricky, but I think it will work. Essentially what I want to do, first we definitely want to like hide these ends so that they don't like show from the front. So I'll just go and go through some stitches here. That and this end like that. All right, those ends are hidden in. Let's see if I can't get that wire in there now. It's gonna be the hard part. So we want the wire to go all the way across the top. So I'm gonna go, I'll go through these stitches here. Best I can. One. So we're gonna go like that. Oh, how am I going to do this? 1, 2, those are fine. These ones here, 1 and 2 would be alright. Get through all of the stitches there. And then these 2. Okay, then across. Maybe through this stitch, and then these ones, and then these ones, and then these ones. All right, so that is how the wire is going to go through there, and it's pretty much invisible on the inside. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, I'm going to follow this needle all the way through all these stitches. Maybe even push it through like that. 3, 4, 5. Okay, almost through. 1, 2. Oh, I got messed up right at the end. There we go. So like that. Nice, okay. Pull that out just a little bit from that. And now is where we need our pliers. And we cut the end here. Okay. Let's get our glasses on there nicely. And then we're going to put a bend on the edge of these. Like that. And like that. And now they should just fit right into the face. Put them high up like that. And wait, let's see, wait. So that stitch and over there. We also need to give it a bit of a bend. Just a little bit of a rounded bend. Oops. I did that bend kind of weird. Whatever. Let's try right there. And right there. Oh, that bend that we did made it like that. We don't want it like that. Hold on. We gotta undo that bend. How do we undo that? It's gonna be very fragile here. Okay, this feels better. Because we want it straight on like this, and then we want to add a bend. So it's more of a bend like that. I think. Okay, let's try this again. I think it was right there. There and there. Nice. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's add just one last bit to this. I do want to add in. I want to add some like a little white to that, you know, so it looks more like sunglasses. So I wish that it would come up just a little bit there, but I don't really want to mess with it too much. All right, let's get some white yarn, and I'll add that just a little bit of texture. We don't need much of this. Pop these suckers off. Oh, I see. That's why it's like all arced up weird. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this, I honestly just, I think I even just want like one strand of this. Like just like that. You know? And then another one on the other side right here. Right? Is that the right spot for that? Let's look up cartoon sunglasses. That's usually what I do. Cartoon. Oh, actually, we could do more on the inside. Let's try that instead. So, like right here to right there. And then on the other side, like right there to right there. What do we think? Or I go across it like 1, 2, like this. This could also be really cool. We go up, and then we go just like across it like that. I go into like there. Come out of here. Actually, maybe just one would be enough. Like this. You know? What do you think? Maybe even double in it, like this. And then do the same on this other side. Shink, shink. Small? Yeah, nah, single shines. Okay, I agree with Kaylin. I think you're right, Kaylin. I think keep it simple. As Jules would say, keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes she says that. She's not calling me stupid. She's talking to herself. And she's not calling her stupid either. Listen, it's just a saying, all right? 1 to 2, like this. Yeah, and then just another one in the corner of that side. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I totally feel that, Cooper. I agree with you. I don't think it just didn't look right. The little lines, I mean. And that one over there. Just to get this end out of the way. We'll hide the other bottom part too. To make sure nothing gets poking out of the front. Like that. Nice. Okay, I like that first one. We'll go ahead and add another shine to the other side to kind of match it, but on the opposite end. So it's like if the sun was shining from this angle. That's me doing the sound that you just caught a fish. Something like that. What do we think? Do those shines do it? Or do those shines look just weird? Kind of looks like he's like looking off to the side a little bit, huh? You think it's just one? I'm kind of thinking just in the edge like that might be better. Because two of them kind of looks like it's looking off to the side. And one in the center doesn't really feel... Well, maybe that looks right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I can get it a little smaller over here. Uh-oh. Got yarn poking through in a weird way. I do not appreciate. I can fix them. Oh, it's coming apart. I see. I see. You want to fight. That's not good. We gotta do some surgery. We like the edge one more. Yeah, I totally, I think you're right. I'm gonna get rid of that middle one and just do one on the edge, on the other side of the edge. Okay, surgery. There we go. Okay. I've fixed that problem. Now let's fix this one. Okay. All right, so just one shine over here. Really the first thing we did. Like this. Right? Just a little shine. Yeah, that's it. Easy, squeezy, beautiful cover girl. That's how it goes. And then I get to look at what you guys named our castle. And we'll be done with the day. But I'll be back next week. In fact, if I can, I'll be back on Monday with a lava run live stream. Okay, one there, and go one like that. There. Just to hide those ends in. Looks good on the front, looks like a mess on the back. Great. All right, add the sunglasses in, moment of truth. I think we go one over there and one way over here. Like I really should have made the ends in the center, but whatever. Like that, though. There we go. What do we think, team? Huh? That's pretty good. You can kind of see the wire right there. So maybe if I could just get that in there more. Move it over that way. If I had more of an arch to the wire, might be better. It looks good. It looks good. I'm just being nitpicky. I love them. They're so cute. And this is what they look like. Look at a little sand crab right there. Get it all by itself. There we go. That way. Turn it around. Very cool. Put our little sand crab on there. He's beautiful. All right, team. Oh, wow, and the music just ended, too. Perfect timing. Wow. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. I am glad to be back. We are going to be back again next week. Next Friday with a hermit crab live stream. If you want, oh, and we need to choose the winner and we need to name our guy. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. First, we need to find a name. Okay, there we go. Name our fella here. Our name is the first name given, Sandy Sandberg. Love it. Sandy Sandberg, the Sandcastle. And then for the winner of our giveaway, even more important. Okay. And we're going to do random number generator. All right. We have a winner. Our winner today is... Ooh, okay, our winner today. Drum roll, please. Laura! L-O-R-A, Laura. L-O-R-A. There is a L-A-R-A. That is not the winner. L-O-R-A, Strother is our winner today. Congratulations, Laura. I will be emailing you later with your gift card. Congrats, congrats, congrats. We'll probably be doing another giveaway. Actually, we definitely are going to be doing another giveaway next week anyhow, but we won't be doing it on our live stream. We'll be doing it separately, probably on Instagram, for Curious Papaya's new book. So keep a lookout there. And then, yes, I'll be live again on Sunday, or on Monday for Lava Run. And then I'll be live again on next Friday for a Hermit Crab live stream. If you want to check out this pattern early, I will leave the giveaway link open. You can't win the giveaway anymore, but you can sign up to be a tester for our Hermit Crab. I'll send those tests out by in just probably just a few hours. So look out for an email from me. I really would love feedback like as soon as possible this weekend, so that I could get this out by Monday for members. If you want to get this early access outside of that, memberships will get early access to this on Monday. And the Sandcastle pattern is still going to be available on our site. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. And... oh my gosh, stop. No, you hang up first. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. Oh. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.